So if you're watching this, look at what you're doing to the kid, man. Talk was definitely worth the money. You know how they was like, yo, when you take the talk or the money, it was definitely worth it. You just saying, you know, like, to believe in yourself and just always, like, follow, like, what's in your heart. Like, not what no one else is saying or anything.
Y'all don't see the lineup?
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. Why is everyone having such a hard time? He ain't doing shit.
Know this, that it's only 3 people that had contracts with Puff and Bad Boy.
He's the acceptable monster.
There's a bombshell brewing that could rock the entire music industry. This isn't just celebrity gossip. Serious allegations are at play. Diddy's son is reportedly accusing Jane and B of masterminding a setup against his father, and he's ready to spill everything. The big question is, should they break their silence now?
Should they speak up now?
I think it's getting a little too late for those who are complicit. For the victims who have been too afraid to come forward because the diddler has been running around with impunity. It's time for all of the victims to come forward. But for the people that have been denying it, you know what? Let's not be coy. You know, I am Jaguar. So let's just keep it a buck. Let's keep it a bean. Stevie J should be charged. Mary J. Blige should also be charged. Jennifer Lopez should definitely be charged. Should I keep going?
I mean, you're hitting it on.
Jay-Z should be charged. Khaled should be charged. Rick Ross should be charged. Usher should be...
Girl, the drama is about to explode. Diddy's son is ready to spill secrets, and he's coming straight for the Carters. But why now? Rumor has it, there's deep bad blood between Diddy and Jay-Z, years of rivalry beyond the music. Behind the hits and mansions, it's been a battle for power in the industry, and things are getting messy. Stay tuned.
Is that Diddy used to hate Jay-Z. He hated Jay-Z enough when he was trying to get Ja Rule to go at Jay-Z. This is back in the early 2000s. And one day, Asner, Kushner, Diddy and myself went to a Nets game and we met Jay-Z. I've never been a Jay-Z fan, you know, like some of his music, the whole 9 yards. But when we went over to the, I think that was Prudential Center in Newark, and him and Puff met up, it was strange to me. Because I remember what Puff was trying to do. And then both of them, they was talking about something amongst each other, amongst all of us, and laughing and joking with each other. Then over the years, I see them giving garden parties. You understand what I'm saying? You could tell that the people in power had gave that reign to Diddy, and Jay was next in line. So to separate him, when in fact they may be two of the same, but because Jay-Z is low-key, that low-key sneaky shit, and Diddy is, and was rambunctious, you know, just out with it, it don't mean that they're not two of the same. One just a little quieter with his shit.
What happened at the basketball game? When they ran into, you guys ran into Jay-Z?
They was just talking. They was talking amongst each other about their little white girls. They little skinny white girls.
And I mean, did Diddy always say negative things about Jay around you?
The time he was trying to get Ja Rule to go at Jay, yeah, he was. They worked it out.
Was there a reason behind it?
I couldn't tell you the reason behind it. It's probably because Big had died. I don't know what it was, man. I don't know why he wanted Ja Rule to go at Jay. I guess if he kept them beefing or kept them into some bullshit, he could rise up in between both of them.
Did you know Diddy used to hate Jay-Z back in the early 2000s? He even tried to get Ja Rule to beef with him. I once saw Diddy and Jay meet at a Knicks game. They were laughing like old friends, even though Diddy had been scheming against him. Over time, they started hosting events together, but back then, Diddy had plenty to say about Jay, possibly tied to Biggie's death or just pure rivalry. Crazy, right?
An interview.
I know. Two Diddy doo-wop bops. What a reunion. Only thing they got
Now,
Will Diddy start snitching?
she threw it up. Yeah,
he better. He better. But the only thing I'm interested in him talking about is everything he knows about Kathy Coriana White. See, I know you know what happened to Corey. Diddy, I know that. You and Jay-Z down in Vegas at Tao with Claudia. Why don't you just talk about Kathy? That might help. That might help a lot.
I was saying, if those who don't know who Kathy is,
Kathy Coriana White, Jay-Z's pregnant mistress, who died 24 hours after she announced that she was going public with their relationship and the baby while he was married to Beyoncé.
now
Was
Jack,
it an aneurysm, Diddy? Or are you the one who paid the same coroner that you... Oh, Diddy, you should talk.
do you feel
You should
and
talk that.
do you feel the federal government will probably speak to Jay-Z in regards?
They already have.
Oh,
They talked to him before he made that Super Bowl announcement. Isn't that interesting? He was questioned by the feds before he made the Super Bowl announcement. Blink twice.
The drama between Diddy and the Carters is heating up. Rumor has it Jay-Z worked behind the scenes to take Diddy down during Bad Boy's prime. Now Diddy's son is stepping in, claiming he has proof the Carters set his dad up, emails, texts, and recordings that could expose shady deals and broken promises. This isn't just music, it's personal. If even half of this is true, it could rock the Carter dynasty. Buckle up, because this battle is just getting started.
For me,
yeah. Let me
there's nothing like... Have you ever seen what happens to a rat when it's trapped in a heated environment?
Oh, it'll eat through anything.
Claw eat its way through anything. So I want y'all to imagine this. I got Jay-Z on his back with his stomach exposed. Diddy is the rat that I'm using. And I'm going to take a metal trash can and put it right on Jay-Z's stomach with Diddy right in there. And I'm going to heat that bitch up and see what he eat through. Fuck you, Sean. Both of y'all. I got you, bitch. I told you.
As the U.S. attorney came on and spoke on the indictment, next to him you see 6 U.S. AUSAs, his assistant attorneys. I believe one pregnant, one a little older, but all white women. What are your thoughts on that when you see 6 women assisting the U.S. attorney?
A small choruses of Nancy Graces?
Basically.
I think it's fabulous.
Need it.
Sean P. Combs, he's a bad guy. Man.
The drama just got hotter. Remember when Diddy and Jay-Z seemed tight? Well, rumors say that friendship was faker than a $3 bill. Word is, Jay and Beyoncé may have betrayed Diddy in ways no one saw coming. Power moves and shady deals that have the industry buzzing. With Diddy facing legal troubles, people are questioning if someone's been pulling strings to bring him down. Is this the cost of being at the top? Something's not adding up and the tea is spilling fast.
Things can be true at once. Diddy could be an absolute dirtbag guilty of everything, but also Jaguar Wright could be looking for her 15 minutes of fame. Prior to this week, this month, have you ever heard of this person?
I have.
So, okay, I don't know where parties you're at with that
No,
baby.
not parties, but she's been in front of the camera for a while.
I've never heard of her.
Okay.
I've been listening to hip hop since, Beastie Boys did Brass Monkey in '86.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this person. She's now, if you type in Google, if you type in Jag, what's the first thing that pops up? I guarantee you it's her. Not the Jacksonville Jaguars or an actual Jaguar. She's the first thing that pops up. So she's utilizing this 15 minutes of fame, and there she is right there. Here's what I'll also say about Diddy. This was
what song she was in?
No.
Big Pimpin'. You know what other song she was in?
Big Pimpin', spending.
You know what other
G's. Yeah,
song?
that's Jay-Z.
Yeah. You remember the movie with Denzel, American Gangster, while that one guy comes out with the song Heart of the City?
Yeah.
You know the Heart of the City?
Yeah.
Ain't no more.
It was a remake
That's
of
her.
80s.
She's in it.
Okay.
She's in those
She's
two
a
songs.
backup singer.
She is.
She's
Backup singer for Jay-Z in 2001.
Okay, but she ain't Beyonce. She
No,
ain't
of course
Rihanna.
not.
She has
She
been
ain't Aaliyah.
around.
She's been
I'm
around
not
them.
denying that she's
Yeah.
been around it. They're interviewing her for a reason. Here's what I found the most interesting about Diddy overall. This was David Muir was actually, he's the ABC guy, big news guy. He was interviewing, I guess, the guy that's handling a lot of the sexual allegations about Diddy, and he's receiving a lot of phone calls. Here's the most interesting thing about these sexual allegations. Yeah, I don't know if it was him or a different lawyer, but it was on ABC. You can check that out. He goes, talk about a gender difference. It's so interesting about Diddy. He goes, prior to 2005, it was actually 50-50, these allegations that kept coming in, men and women. 50% men, 50% women. But how about this? After 2005, it was 90% men allegations. Something happened with Diddy, allegedly, where he went, this isn't it. But it went from 50-50 allegations, receiving these phone calls, receiving what's going on, doing all these sort of testimonies, to 90% men. When there's smoke, there's fire, Diddy.
Yeah, and
what's going on in that baby
Alex
oil?
Spiro, Pat, was on TMZ, and he said to those two guys, whatever their names are, I didn't send a cease and desist, I sent an ultimatum. Remove that false accusation or a court is going to order you to.
Who said this?
That's Alex Spiro, right? That's it right there, Pat.
Can you play this?
To you that somebody comes on a show and then kind of levels these vague-ish allegations. Were you kind of ready for something like this to eventually happen?
Listen, there's rumors and then there's nonsense, and this is one step further, right? This is a pointed and formal accusation of something. I felt it needed to be responded to. So I think somebody reported it was a cease and desist. It wasn't that. It was quite bluntly an ultimatum, which is remove that false accusation that's demonstrably false, or a court's going to order you to. And so I think he made the wise choice and acted accordingly.
He meaning Piers Morgan.
Yeah. Removing it and apologizing for it, yes. What changed here in my mind is that somebody on a so-called journalistic platform exploited that kind of random rumor mill, whether it's disconnected from reality.
The streets are buzzing and the tea is wild. Rumor has it, While Diddy was playing his game, the Carters might have been making riskier moves behind his back. Diddy's son claims to have emails, texts, and recordings proving they set his dad up. If true, this could rewrite music history, toppling empires and exposing dirty secrets. From record labels to liquor brands, the stakes couldn't be higher. With Diddy's son ready to risk it all, the showdown is just beginning. Are you ready for the truth?
It could be.
Thousands.
Wow.
I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself. I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well.
Mr. Carter's who?
They're a nasty little couple.
Jay-Z.
They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim
Keeping people against their will. Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane. Unconscious.
This girl's
There's
got
a
an
lot
agenda.
of things that
You can
people
tell.
don't want to talk about. Pierce.
She about to do a fake
But okay,
tear? I'm
but hold on, but Adam, but here's the thing. And again, it always sounds crazy and wild until it ain't, because and who knows? She's not credible or lie detector test or whatever. What if she's right? What if all these things that she's seen, because she was a dominatrix. She said she used to work at these parties and tie guys up and whip them and everything like that. She was about that life. So when somebody that's about that life tells you about the life,
you giving her a lot of credibility?
I'm not. But Adam, where is she coming up with this stuff? She was at these places. She's seen it firsthand.
I'm not denying.
She was there.
Here, if I listen, you can go
play this clip.
Yeah,
first.
okay.
Play this clip, then we'll react. Go ahead, Rob.
The shocking allegations levelled at Sean Diddy Combs have burst the floodgates on salacious claims about an industry many people believe harboured a monster. Understandably, the internet's ablaze with claims about these events and whether other powerful figures were involved too. Well, last week I interviewed Jaguar Wright, a singer-songwriter who's made claims about Diddy for years. Those claims had already received a lot of attention in the media across many platforms for many years. And that's the thing about platforms. The reality of the modern world is that pretty much everyone has a platform as long as they have something to say that other people want to hear. That's why we invited her on to be interviewed. The people making these claims have an audience with or without shows like mine. Well, Jaguar Wright unexpectedly made several serious allegations about Jay-Z and Beyoncé.
What would it take to dethrone hip-hop's king and queen? Diddy's son might just have the explosive tea to do it. Word is, he's sitting on a stash of secrets, secret recordings, shady contracts, and late-night meetings that could shake the industry. Could this be the tea to bring down the Carters, or is it all just talk? The streets are buzzing, and the story is just beginning.
End of that episode, when they finally tracked down the starlet who they were hiding from everyone so she never had to testify. The male rapper took the charge, so the case was closed, and that's when she finally admitted that it was her that did the pow-powing. And they just let it ride. Isn't that funny? How similar does that sound to what really happened with J-Lo, Shine, and Diddy? And you want to know what's funny? Ice-T knows a lot of people from that time, and he used to frequent at that club. He would have known all of the real details of everything that happened that night. And rather than someone forcing it back into the law's hand, it became an episode for Law and Order SVU. A lot of money was made off of that. Natanya Rubin has not begun to see reparations for what happened to her life. How did NBC get to profit off of it? See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If it was good enough to be a television episode, it should be good enough to be reopened for charges. Because clearly there were other people that knew the truth of that story.
The fact that Keefe D is in jail for Pac's murder, do you feel like they may go even deeper to the 90s in regards to just asking?
They have to, because that's the beginning of everything that's leading up to the tragedies that are about to happen now. We have to go back to the beginning. Everybody knows at this point in time, Keefe D ain't do it. He's already made it very clear he had a profit deal, which means he's been working with the government all this time. When are people going to start asking how long Diddy and Jay-Z have been cooperating with the government as well? Everybody was cooperating with the feds but them. Doesn't make any sense. What I do know, though, is that everyone is starting to notice things that they didn't notice 15, 20 years ago. Suge isn't looking like the monster that everyone painted him out to be. And Diddy sure ain't.
Things just got wild. Rumors of offshore accounts and hush money are swirling, but we're talking big money, enough to make anyone's bank account blink. If true, it could explain how some have stayed untouchable for so long. Diddy's son is keeping his cards close, but if he has the proof, it could shatter the Carters' spotless image. This isn't just a scandal, it could sink their empire. The Carters have top-tier lawyers, but this might be a storm they weren't ready for. Get ready, because once the tea spills, it's going to be bigger than ever.
Yeah, but I have been hearing that a lot. I feel like your girl Jaguar Wright might have been one of the first to really put his name out there. I don't know enough. You know, I will say that Jay-Z, if he was doing ill shit like that, he was more quiet about it. You know what I mean? He was more, but then, if we be real with ourselves, it was kind of abnormal when he got with Beyonce. Like, she was pretty young when he got with her. There's rumors that he was messing with Foxy Brown when she was pretty young. So there's a lot of those rumors around. You know what I mean? Yeah. And do you hear little things here and there? You know, I'm not gonna lie. When certain people get to a certain level of fame, I don't know why, but you start to hear little shit about certain people sometimes. And I don't know how many people are really exempt from it. Because if you really think about most of your top celebrities, black celebrities, rappers, I feel like the ones that are at the top for a long time, I feel like I've heard a rumor damn near about all of them. Not that I've seen anything, but it's always these top motherfuckers. Now, some people will say, oh, well, that's just a hating. It could be. Or it could be that motherfuckers got to join a club in order to get to a certain level. I don't know. I'm not in the club, so I wouldn't know. But it's just a little weird that everybody that goes past a certain point, you'll hear a little. And these be behind the scenes rumors too. This is not just internet shit. This be before the internet existed. You understand? Because it's easy for some shit to fly around now with the internet. But a lot of this shit was pre-internet. And it was getting around. You see? So, makes it a little different. It still could be some bullshit, but I'm just saying, some of these rumors been around about people for a long time. You've been hearing little things about them. And have I heard little shit about Jay-Z? Yup. Do I think that he's trying to emulate himself and present himself as a gay painter, like to look like Basquiat? Yup, I do. I think 50 Cent was right about that. I think that's a code to, especially to white people, that he's approachable, he's cultured, but Basquiat was also bisexual. So is that a code that you're trying to tell these white people too, by trying to emulate this guy? I don't know, but it doesn't look good. Why do people have such an affinity for Basquiat anyway? I think it's trash. Let me just put it out there. I don't think that Basquiat's art is fucking all brilliant the way they claim it is. It looks like bullshit to me. It's some shit that white people would like. It's not some shit that black people look at and be like, oh my God, that is so impressive. He ran with Andy weirdos like Andy Warhol and Keith Haring. They tried to call Keith Haring graffiti back in the days. I hated Keith Haring's art. It was